know, my name is Kianti Ayshea, and this is Blue Aura Healing Guidance and Tarot. Let us go ahead and jump right into this reading, y'all. Let us see what the messages are that Spirit has here for you on today. Please do keep in mind these are general messages. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Let us see. Let us see. I'm trying to be someone you can trust. Please don't... Oh, I'm about to say, please don't give up on me. But that ain't even what it says. It says, please forgive me. I know I messed up. But it's about to say, please don't give up on me. So somebody may feel like you're giving up on them. I hope to have a future with you one day. Okay? Let's see. I sabotaged this connection and I regret it. That makes sense with that. Please don't give up on me. Okay? Couple things trying to come out, y'all. I'm learning a spiritual lesson. Okay? And... karmic connection, moving from the patterns. Please don't give up on me. Okay. This person could feel like you really are at your wit's end. Okay. You are done. That's what someone may feel like. Okay. You are completely and utterly over it. It says, I love you so much, but I keep running from you. I don't understand why I do this. The karmic connection could have been easier, so they stayed trapped in a cycle. And because they kept doing it, it sabotaged everything, or that's how they feel. Especially if you're not dealing with the person or giving them too much energy these days. Okay, it's definitely how they feel. Let's see. Someone could be watching your social media. Alright, this is an interesting energy here. They ran from the connection, but they want you to stay put too at the same time. Okay. Between the lines. Okay, so it's like read between the lines. It's a hidden meaning here. What is that hidden meaning? What are they really saying? What's really going on? We have new love. Okay. Player. Yeah, I say moving on. That's the thing. Again, they ran from something. Kept going in karmic circles, but wanted you to stand still. Spying on your social media. There it is again, being emphasized. Okay. Party. Very interesting. Very interesting. You could be celebrating something soon in a public way. Okay. Or could have recently celebrated something. That could be something that this person is witnessing. Okay, we have liquid courage. Person wants to build up the nerve to say what they need to say, but they just can't find it. So they're going to be pouring up a drink or two to get the be-alls to say something to you. Okay, that's what I see here. They're working up the nerve, working up the courage, can't find it. I'm going to take a shot or two or 7. All right, reach out to you and speak their peace. 2 of Wands and a 2 of Swords. Child, I feel like... whoever I'm talking to, okay, I feel like you just see this person as this player. You see them as somebody who's very charming and charismatic, and you know, they could be someone who has a silver tongue, okay, very slick talker, okay, good with their words. They may know what people want to hear, so they say that. They may know what people need to hear, so they say that. Okay. This time though, someone handled them differently. You handled them differently. And because of the way that you handled them, it's like it's making them want to be different. It's making them want to do different. Like right here, I'm trying to be someone you can trust. Because right now, I know as a player, you wouldn't. Why would you? Come on. I'm playing a game, right? I'm tricking. So why would you trust me? Okay? However, if I'm talking about, I hope I have a future with you one day, child, that ain't happening if you're still in the same energy that wasn't impressive to feminine in the first place. So hence why they feel they sabotaged it. Please don't give up on me. Yes, I'm a player. I have my player ways, but I won't be like this forever. I feel like I'll grow out of it. You know, it's that's the kind of energy that I'm picking up here. I'll grow out of it. That's they saying. Right? Karmic connection, moving from the patterns. You know, being in a certain relationship because I have the freedom to do the things that a player does. So I stayed in that relationship. However, I keep thinking about you, what you doing, spying on you, all this other stuff with the social media card. Why should I care so much if I have karmic connection and I have all these other options? But they do, right? So look, I'm just here during the reading, y'all. I'll just tell you that this is how they feel, like they messed it up, okay? Perhaps they're just learning that lesson that you can't treat everybody the same. You can't treat every connection the same. Like some connections, yeah, you out here playing, they playing too. Play on, players. You know what I mean? Everybody playing. But you don't go and try to play with somebody who ain't playing. You know what I mean? Like, that's where you cross the line, karmically speaking. And you want to play with someone who's not playing, though. When there's all those people out there who is playing, you know? Like, that kind of thing. So, child, we had a Two of Wands. Two of Wands is, you know, having to make a decision between two options. Judgment, yep, discernment. So, player comes in, I miss you, can't forget you, love you, all that, right? You didn't moved on, there's someone else, or you're talking to someone, you're getting to know someone, whatever. Now you have to choose between the two. Use your discernment, evaluate the situation, and then make, you know, a wise choice. I will say that. Yeah, we got Ace of Cups and the Fool. Make a wise choice. Go with the new love, okay? Because, you know, again, you and whoever this new love is are more than likely on the same page, where you and this other person are not. Nine of Wands, okay? I feel like I could also be talking to someone who, you know, it's not been easy for you to open up to the idea of new people. It's not like you hop, skipped, and jumped to that idea. However, if something is not working with someone because they want to keep playing, like for example, they reel you in, like I said, that silver tongue, they say the right things, then you get there and it's the same thing. Nothing has changed. So all it will continue to be is you wasting more of your time. And I think whoever I'm speaking to is over that. Because the Nine of Wands, yes, the wounded warrior. But because I've been through so much, I kind of have this fear of pressing on. I know that if I press on, I could get something great. But it's this fear here because whatever I was pressing for before didn't work. You know what I mean? So the lesson here for you as well, because I don't think it's just them that's learning the lesson. I think it's you too. You know, when it's the person or when somebody is into it, it's not something you necessarily have to press. You know? So with this travel, it's distance, boundaries, far apart. This person may feel that distance. And so because of it, they're like, oh, you know, I messed this up. But when you were in their presence, did they give it the proper attention and care for you to stay present? Okay, so that's why Spirit is saying make a wise choice after you evaluate the situation. Now, this is just the spiritual advising side of it all. You have to make the final call on it, right? It's your life, beloved. Okay, so you can hear what I'm saying and be like, no, but Blue, we have these memories and this is how the person make me feel. And if that's what you want to do it. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And no, this person is not going to stop. They're not going to give up. Because they really do feel some sense of entitlement when it comes to you. That's the word that comes to mind automatically. Like I didn't even have to think about it or search for the word. It just popped right out. They feel entitled. Okay. Eight of Pentacles is about, you know, putting in the work. So I could put in the work for something to receive the benefit of it or to receive whatever it is. But am I going to be, you know, consistent as to where I'm maintaining my behavior and I'm showing up in a way that's expected of me to show up? Am I really rebuilding my reputation with you? That's what I get here. What a person does over time is who they are. You know, you do the same things over time. It's just what you always do. So for them to be like, I'm growing out of it. Have you really grown out of it? You know, have you put the work in on yourself as to where you are going to grow out of it? Or are you still holding on to the same patterns because you're still holding on to the same issues that caused the pattern? So right here, though, it says moving from the pattern. So, you know, this person knows what they want. All right, they know they want a new beginning. They know they want to make a love offer to you, but you're going to have to make that choice between that and whomever else you could possibly be opening up to, you know. And this doesn't have to be something that's happening tomorrow for a lot of you. People watch the reading and be like, no, I only want them. I only want them. And that's a lot of the time what's causing the distance and delay, because, you know, it's like you're forcing something, again, with the pressing, you know what I mean? And you may not look at it like that, but that's kind of what it is. It's like trying to make something be what we want it to be because of how we feel, instead of accepting the reality of the situation, right? And so that's what Spirit is saying. Judgment is literally a wake-up call. I'm bringing something to your attention. I'm showing you what you need to see, but maybe you weren't seeing it. So again, back to that between the lines. Right? So let us see, y'all. This is literally that card right here. I hope to have a future with you one day. That's this. So again, this is really somebody that feels like they're growing out of it. Okay, this is really someone here that feels like they're growing out of it. The things that they were into, that they were interested in, not so much anymore. Okay, yeah, 8 of Cups. See, it's like something is missing with that. It's not fulfilling, you know. Maybe once upon a time it was cool. It's not cool anymore, you know. And the fact that it's put them in this position with you, oh, it's really not cool in their opinion. Okay. Yep. I think they're just over certain things, y'all. For real. So at this point, okay, again, back to this choice, you know what you can and cannot. You know what you will and will not. If you feel like the person is still the same and just feels entitled, well, I don't know how that's going to work out. Okay, but this person is serious with what they say. We have the Page of Wands. It's a message. Okay, so you can expect to hear from them soon. Some of you, it may be via social media. Yeah, where they spying on you at. Okay. 3 of Swords. This person is really sad, though. I will say that. They really do feel like they messed it up. So I'm about to say that. 5 of Swords. Yeah, that's the energy of sabotage. Okay, they really do feel like they sabotaged it. For real. Alright. 4 of Swords is rest. Okay. A person putting themselves in the energy of regrouping. Okay. Giving yourself the relaxation that you need. Taking a moment, a pause. Taking a few days off. Things like that. Spending your days off in the bed. That's the 4 of Swords energy. They could have been a player because they always thought that it got better somewhere else. It, you know, it gets better. You know, I can find better. I do better. The grass is always greener somewhere else, kind of thing. Only for them to realize, like, nope, not always the case. When God blesses you with something that's a certain way, and it seems like it's basically tailored for you, like it was custom made. Okay, that's something that might be a little bit different. So the Fool card being detachment, Ace of Cups being a love offer. I feel like this person makes an offer, but you may seem detached or uninterested. And it could be because you're questioning the person's motives. Right here underneath it says, I think that you are better off without me. Like, do they even see themselves as capable of doing what, again, would be expected of them to do? Maybe that's why they sabotage you. You know, they don't feel like they can live up to certain expectations you have. You deserve certain things, and perhaps I just know I'm not going to give it to you, because I always look at it like, well, there's other options, there's other choices. I could always get better, it could always be better, stuff like that. They feel like they didn't do right by you, but they're willing to learn how to love you properly. It's like, teach me how to love you, you know, that kind of thing. Sometimes people don't want to do that. They don't have it in them to teach a person how to love them. You know, sometimes yes, other times no. You don't have it in you. You don't have the desire to do that. Okay, Queen of Cups. The Seven of Wands. It's like they're willing to fight for your love, fight for your affection. Yep. They're gonna keep on trying. Oh, Lord. Okay. Child, yeah. So again, back to that silver tongue, though. It's like when they talk to you, because they will be reaching out soon. All right? Maybe multiple ways, multiple times. They're going to be reaching out. This person really wants to express how they feel. They don't want to walk around with this feeling on them. They've been isolating themselves so that other people don't ask them, you know, what's wrong with you? Stuff like that. You good? No, you're not good. They still show up places, but they like hiding in the corner. You know, that kind of thing. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, again, perhaps yes, because this person really does feel this is something they don't want to let go of. So when I say fight for your affection, I mean fight for your affection. That doesn't mean it's going to work, you know, but they're going to do it. For some of them, hey, it might. You got the Star card, you got the Wheel of Fortune. The person is determined. You got Temperance here, okay? The King of Cups, like, I love you. I'm going to fight for your love. You know, you got other options. You opening up to other people. I'm going to fight for your love. I'm going to fight for your affection. They on some may the best man win type stuff. Yeah, Two of Cups, because they love you. Okay, so yeah, I was this way and I sabotaged it, and I know that. I'm acknowledging it. I'm accountable, and we love accountability. However, you know, the person that said whatever they had to say in the past just to get to a certain place only to do the same thing again, nobody is, you know, overly excited about giving them another chance. Nobody's thinking like that. Okay, not when they're in their right mind. But if you feel like this is your divine counterpart, this may be why they have some sort of tug or pull on your heart. You know, why you are even here watching this, reading about the situation in the first place. Okay, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, and again, I feel like this person may see that you're in the energy of letting it be over, letting it be done, completing the cycle, moving on with your life. They're doing everything in their power to try to hold on. But first and foremost, they have to release some things that they've been holding on to when it comes to trauma and just outdated energies, period. We don't even have to go down the list. Things that they were holding on to that caused them to behave the way that they were behaving and move the way that they were moving. They have to let go of those things. Okay? Or it's going to continue to cause some sort of wedge between the two of you. Because it's just going, you know, how do I put this? Like, unless a person heals something and they still hold on to it, whatever they're holding on to could eventually take over again. Cause them to go right back down the same path again. The moon is secrets. Cause them to keep secrets. Live a double life type thing. Tell you one thing, do something else. You know, you have learned from experience what's what. You know better. It's like you have wisdom now. So you're applying that wisdom. Yes, you love the person, but it's like you're making head over heart decisions when it comes to this situation. You know, a person can show you something and that's great. It would take time for them to even get back to a certain place with you in the first place. But it's just like, if they don't even feel they could do it, you know, we got the Death card here. This is, again, transformation. Now, we do have the King and Queen of Cups here. We did see the Lovers. Now, mind you, Judgment was here with the Queen of Cups, right? So I feel like you're coming like, do I love them? Yes. However, you know, your discernment, it's like when you know better, You know what I'm getting? It's almost like somebody wishes they didn't know better. Because then they do it, It's like, I love them, And we make each other happy and we have fun and whatever, whatever's clever. Whatever. We ain't going down the list right now, okay? However, just knowing that they do the things that they do and that they move how they move and that they will only make it seem like it's different to get you back in a certain position and do the same thing again. Now, you don't want to do that. Do you feel like this is a soulmate of yours? Yes, definitely. This could be twin. This could be, just a regular soulmate, honey, But you just don't know if it's meant to have what it is that this person is saying they want. Because what they're saying they want, what they have shown you over time, does not match. Yeah, see, 2 of Swords. You gotta make a decision. Might get to the place where you feel torn between 2 options. Yeah, when it comes to relationships, Knight of Cups. Spirit says follow your heart. Who is your ideal counterpart? Who is your ideal man? Okay, King of Wands. Somebody very sexy, very attractive coming in here when I pulled that. So when you say, well, who's the other person? Somebody that is very attractive, leadership qualities, comes in knowing what they want, about that action, Yep, and this is in the very near future. And you match them too. It's like a good vibration. And then, what was I going to say? I posted a reading earlier that I did yesterday or the day before that. I don't remember because I was supposed to post it yesterday, I think, but I didn't. So it could have been the day before that I recorded it. Anyway, posted it earlier today, and it was the King and Queen of Wands, and their backgrounds and their attire and everything was the same. Whereas we see in all the other decks, like right here, for example, we got the King and Queen of Cups, just to use this as an example because they both right here. There's a lot of differences, okay? A lot of differences, a lot of similarities, but a lot of differences. That King and Queen of Wands, though, it was like to the T, the same. I believe I have it as a thumbnail. All right, so go and look, okay? But yeah, I feel like you and this person match vibrationally. So in other words, what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you want, the frequency that you're on, the things that you do. Because here's the thing, right? Whatever you do all the time, that's just who you are, the type of person you are. So if you're somebody that's loyal, loving, show up for the people you love and this and that and all these other things, you are upright, If you with somebody, you with them, you loyal, that kind of thing. That's another thing about the King and Queen of Wands. They're very loyal. If this person is out here playing in everybody's face and all that other stuff, there's something there with that loyalty aspect between y'all that's different. Y'all might resonate when it comes to how you express, your affection. However, when it comes to your loyalty, that might be different. Okay? This person may have to mature emotionally to get to this King of Cups place, to be able to even fully understand what you're saying. And I feel like with the 8 of Pentacles being right here, that will happen. Like, yes, they're still going to put work in to try to show you that they love you and that they want you and all this other stuff. But one day they may have a eureka moment and say, okay, I understand. That makes sense. Because this is how I was moving. So it would make no sense for person to come back if I'm still going to be in this moon energy, deceptive energy. That makes no sense, right? It's only right that a person that's loyal be with someone that's loyal, okay? So, yeah, I mean, again, there's other people out here that want to play. They can play with them, that kind of thing. They can play with those people. But those are the messages, my love, that we have here for you at the time. I pray that this helps you. I know it will. If this was your reading or you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe. Peace and haggries.